Welcome everyone to part 1 of the VFR800 Revival series. We have a lot of work to do today, but first let's show you guys my journey on how I got this bike. A little bit of a before video of it, just to see like the transformation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does look better in pictures and videos, but it's gonna look good again, don't worry.
Yeah, the video doesn't capture the faded cameras.
No, I feel good about this. The other voice you heard in this clip was the previous owner, Drew. As mentioned in my reveal video, Drew owned this bike for over a decade. Drew put many miles on this VFR, and he even would go long distances and do many trips down the East Coast, including Tail of the Dragon. I could tell it was an emotional goodbye for Drew watching me drive away with his old VFR. He told me when he bought this bike so many years ago he was the happiest person in the world. It was his dream bike. He admitted to me he was sad to see it in the state it was in now, and a big reason why he sold it to me was because he wanted to see what happened next to his old VFR. Not that I needed any more motivation to bring a VFR back to life, but Drew's connection with this bike motivates me even more, and I am beyond excited to get into this bike and get it into a state where it can run and go down the road again. Maybe hit some twisties, do some commuting, and who knows, maybe even another Tail of the Dragon trip. I have a few more clips from this day I wanted to share because this is going to be a journey. Let's start with the rainy day of me driving home with the VFR for the first time. I just picked up the 5th generation VFR, and we got a lot of plans for this bike, and it's a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit more than I thought it would be, but that's all right. It's more fun, right? More work equals more fun. So we got a lot to do. I'm excited to get started, and thank you for viewing. And let's see how this bike is. Let me get it home, and I have about 1 million straps on it. I didn't have a pin for the pitbull system, so we had to use straps, but I think it's good, and I'm excited to work on it. So we'll go ahead and do an assessment when we get it home and go from there. New bike to the garage, 1999 Honda VFR, two brothers racing. You guys already know. OGs will remember. Faded plastics, a lot of rust. Looks better in the video and pictures. Now it looks really good now that it's wet. See all the faded plastics. Plenty of oxidization, rust. Oil's kind of black. Radiator's empty. How do you guys like my strap job? I was taking no chances. The VFR did come with a few extra parts, including the original fairings, which are not overall in that bad of shape. Drew told me that he had a couple of known issues with this bike. First, he said that it did run hot, so hot in fact that he installed a manual override switch for the fan. Also, he said that sometimes while riding the gauge cluster would completely turn off, then turn back on again. He said it never died while riding, but he wanted me to be aware of that, which I appreciated. He did also do some upgrades. As seen in the video, he installed Delcovic headers, and most importantly, he did the MOSFET rectifier upgrade, which if you guys don't know, the rectifier is the only real Achilles heel to the VFR. Anyway, now that we are all caught up, let's finally get to work on bringing this bike back. I am excited to hear that V4 roar once more. I've been through this enough times already to know that this gas tank is not going to be clean. Also, I've never seen such badly faded paint before. Look how the clear coat is completely peeled away. We are almost down to the metal on this tank. Oil is definitely dark, and you bet I will be draining this out before we even attempt to start this bike. The fork seal dust caps are completely rotted away, and there is rust virtually everywhere on this bike. I honestly don't even know where to start, so I guess the first thing to do is just remove this seat. This looks pretty tasty. I think I'll save it for my salad later. I hate working on a dirty bike. I know this may seem pointless, but I'm just going to do some minor cleaning and wiping down of everything. I like to do this with all my project bikes because usually during the cleaning process, I'll find more things that need to be addressed, and sometimes things will clean up really nice, and it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside to see things coming back to life again, even if they're going to get repainted anyway. The parts of this tank that were not directly in the sun actually looks really nice. It's a shame that the whole thing has to be repainted. I'm a bit nervous about painting the tank. I've never done something like that before. I currently don't own a paint gun, but I've been thinking about investing in one now. Any recommendations or guides you guys can provide me on a good paint gun combo would be very much appreciated. Otherwise, I'll have to use a rattle can, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Underneath the seat was hiding a huge mess of dust, rust, and debris. Luckily, most of it just wipes away. It's amazing what you can do with a $10 can of polish and a couple microfiber cloths in just a few moments of your time. If you are selling a bike that's in rough shape and you want to maximize your profit, even if you are not mechanically inclined, just cleaning things up will greatly improve resale value. And there's zero excuse, literally anyone can do this. I know some of you might be upset that I haven't actually worked on the bike yet, but trust me, we will get there. This bike is getting plenty done to it. I just like to work at my own pace. What the heck. Here's the battery anyway. Let's try hooking up the jumper to it and see if we at least get some lights. And here's the moment of truth. See you guys, not everything works the first time. Let's see what's going on. Maybe the terminals are not making a good connection. I'm going to remove the battery, connect the jumper directly to the terminals, and see if that works. Okay, take two, here we go. There we go. Got some lights. No headlights. Well, not exactly what we wanted to see, but at least there are some signs of life here. Did you guys hear a fuel pump prime? I know I didn't. I'm thinking the battery needs to be replaced and the terminals need to be cleaned completely. So let's go back to some cleaning, and I'll get to this later. It's good to know that there is some life still in this thing at least, though. Wow, this is one wobbly taillight assembly. I bet there are a few missing bolts under here. At least the light is cleaning up really nice though. When this bike is done, no one will even see under here, but I am still going to clean it anyway. Okay, I know what I need to do. Let's unbolt this gas tank. Luckily for me, one bolt is already missing, so this is going to go even faster. Propping up the tank with a can always works great here. Underneath is dirty as expected, but honestly not as quite as bad as I was thinking. Looks like our airbox here is missing a few screws. That's not good because you have things like this which create a gap. Air can get in and cause all kinds of issues with the bike running. I wonder how this thing ran when it was working, if it had any hesitation or lag. Previous owner said it didn't, but I don't know. I'm curious. That gap is not good. And you have it over here as well. You probably have like 1 or 2 screws holding the airbox in. Still got our snorkel here, flapper, all of that. But more importantly, we have our gas lines right here. Hopefully we can undo all of them without making too much of a mess. Speaking of mess, you didn't really expect me to undo the gas line with the tank full, did you? A cheap siphon pump and hose works really well at removing fuel. Let's see what our drink today looks like. Whoa, look at that. I'm not an expert or anything, but I'm pretty sure gas isn't supposed to be orange. There's the fuel tank, and this is what was in it. I have never seen gas this bad. Look at, it's like, there's almost like a layer above. It is disgusting. Absolutely gross. Wow. But I got a lot of better access to everything now. Not a single bolt holding on this airbox. I don't even know what's holding it. Hope and dreams. Fast and the Furious reference. Yeah, there's 2 screws in the front here, and that's all that's holding it. I can't wait to see what's underneath this. Damn snorkel's in the way. Can't get to that front bolt. Noise regulations. See what's underneath. What secrets do you hide, VFR? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I was thinking to myself, there's definitely been some sort of nest in here, and here, there it is. And get the screw we dropped earlier. Let's vacuum all that out. Pretty clean in here. That's a good sign. Just gonna put this back for now. Well guys, this video is actually getting pretty long now, so I'm going to end it here. Working on this bike, although a very messy and smelly job, has been very therapeutic for me too. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. If you are, please show me some support by hitting that like button below. It actually makes a huge difference and would mean a lot to me. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.
Let me live my life, the one I'd better lead. All the blondes of fantasies, and we looked at them 11 ways. You said, look at me,